At least you're aware that you did that. Like kids now, they just like deny it.
Yeah, back then I had like a large ego. Back in elementary school, then in 6th grade I humbled myself. Like during COVID and everything, I just humbled myself and just learned to.
How do you think you did that? Like what changed?
Hey, it's Scott Todnam, and you're listening to the Life is the Future podcast, a podcast for health education, middle school, and life in general. It's episode 9 of season 5 of our podcast. Here's this week's hosts, Julius and Saif.
Hi, this is Saif and
Julius,
our podcast hosts, and our guests,
Peter
and
Aaron.
So, Peter, what is your opinion on this, like, bullying in middle school?
So, personally, I haven't been bullied, but I think it's just how people react to when people are treated differently and then they want to take it out on someone else.
So it's like it's their perspective?
Yeah, it's kind of like their perspective of what they think is like will help them, you know?
Mm-hmm. What do you think about it, Aranosa?
I think it's like a way for people, like if they have stuff going on in their personal life and they don't know how to deal with it, they take it out on others because that's the only way they can think of it.
Do you think bullying is like different in middle school and elementary school and like high school? Like how does it change?
Yeah, I think it's
because in elementary school it was most based off like who's the fastest and stuff like that.
Bullying wasn't really a thing.
Yeah, bullying wasn't
just,
a thing.
Like,
Yeah, it
pride
wasn't
mostly, you know.
Yeah, like we didn't see. I never saw a lot of bullying in elementary school. So I think it might be just like, I think like teenagers kind of brought that out.
Maybe like the maturity. When
Yeah,
it comes out
definitely.
someone,
Maturity, yeah.
you know.
Yeah, and also high school, like when bullying comes, I guess it's more prominent there. But like I guess it starts out, I guess here. Also like here we don't know how to handle it. Like in high school we have experience from middle school.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, what do you think like it takes to become a bully? Like what if someone bullies and they don't know they're bullying?
I think that it has to do with something like the way that they were raised, like kind of like their ethics. So like if they were raised bad by their parents, something like that, or maybe they don't get enough attention at home or something like that, or they don't get the proper
care.
Kind of it just leads to them being like a rebel kind of at school, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just to stand out, kind of like be like even like being like a class clown, kind of like.
When you get your parents' attention.
Yeah.
I've never like been the bullier, I guess. I mean, not that I know of, at least. I mean, you always tell me if I am, but like, I guess I kind of was bullied during like I think beginning of 6th and then end of 5th, but it wasn't for like it was a really dumb reason. It wasn't anything that I couldn't control. It would all be something about like I said something mean to someone else, and then they like take it out physically. Like they didn't know how to express their emotions. Basically, I didn't understand that as a kid. So if someone explained to me that like this person doesn't know what they're doing, or like this is how they were raised, then I'd be a lot more comfortable with that. Like I'd be a lot happier.
Yeah, and also just all together, like just like pride, you know. They just want to show their friends that they fit in. And in order to do that, they like bully. So they can always fit in with that group.
Yeah, like peer pressure.
Yeah, more like peer pressure. Yeah.
Do you think parents should like step in if there's a bullying situation at school? Like if it's not that bad, do you think they should like intervene?
If it's like if you know it's gonna progressively get worse, then you should step in.
Yeah.
But if it's just like someone threw something at them and like they did it a couple times, then you know.
I think the kid should learn.
Yeah, it should just be the kid and the teacher.
Because if the kid learns, then he'll know like how to handle that. I think. Like, learn from his mistakes. Even though he didn't make any mistakes, he'll still learn like what the reason for that was.
But like mostly, like many parents don't know. You know.
They don't know.
Like they don't know.
Because the kids won't tell them.
Yeah, exactly. And like if they snitch or the people that got bullied like snitch, then they get more bullied. They get more bullied. You know, it's just like
it's just like an endless cycle.
Yeah, they just can't snitch. You know.
And when your parents when you do get your parents involved, it gets like progressively worse, not just for the kids, and the parents like make it 100 times worse because they like start coddling you and just like make you feel less.
Yeah, like punishments don't really work on on bullies. Like if they get suspended, they'll just come back and beat you up.
Do you guys think that bullying has like changed over the years, like, because I remember in health class, like, last week, we were watching a show called Freaks and Geeks, which is a show from, like, from back in, like, the 1980s, I guess, and it was, like, high school life, but back in the 1980s, like 1980 vocabulary, like the way that people talk to people, dress and everything, like the bullies back then, like I remember that I forgot his name. Yeah, Alec. He kept on saying you're dead. Yeah. He kept on saying
I think they were a lot more physical back then.
Yeah.
Now it's definitely verbal.
Yeah.
Like people can say things that hurt.
Yeah.
People
like back then they just beat you up.
Yeah, but now they have like a worse vocabulary. They will go for all your insecurities.
roasting people, gotten a lot worse.
Yeah, like mostly back then, like now a lot of the kids like didn't care what they wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, like you have to like have good grades to try out for a team or something. But back then, if you're just really good at something and you didn't do good at school, you were just gonna be what you wanted to be. You know, it was kind of like that. And it was just easier for everyone, and parents didn't really care again back then.
It was a lot laid back. Also because like, I guess like being like a smart person back then was like I guess shamed. You know, it was like nerds.
It was like being a nerd.
Yeah, but like now people want to be a nerd. Yeah, because if you're not a nerd, then who are you?
A nobody.
Exactly. Yeah. Because you need to get good grades to succeed, and then kids understood that, and they used that kind of as a popularity thing. Yeah. Do you think that, like, what is it, that it's the fault of the person that's getting bullied and the bully's fault? Or do you think it's just the bully's fault?
I think it's, it could be both ways, but I feel that it'd mostly be the bully's fault.
It is a lot of the bullies.
A lot of the times it's the bully's fault, but sometimes it's just like, you bully, like the kid getting bullied now might have bullied like a friend or a brother or a cousin of that kid. So it could be both their faults.
Also a lot about like boundaries, because like kids don't understand that. Yeah. If we're talking about like kids now, they still don't understand that. Like
they know a little bit more, but they still don't like fully grasp it.
It's okay if you guys if I talk just a little bit personal about myself.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. So back when I was like 4 years old, like right before I started going in kindergarten and stuff like that, I was at a playground, waiting for my brother to finish with school, like the school playground or whatever, and I was going down the slide or whatever, and there was this one kid who's like maybe 7 or something like that. I don't get why he wasn't in school, but he was a lot older than me. And he pushed me down the slide, and then when I got out the slide, and then he went down the slide too. I asked him why he did that, and then he just slapped me in the face. And
he just straight up slapped you?
Yeah, and back then I was like weak. I guess I was weak, and I didn't really know what was right and what was wrong. So I knew what he did was wrong, but I didn't know how to react back then. I was like, wow, that really happened, and I didn't know what to do.
Slapped by a 7-year-old.
Yeah, and then one more small story, and then for me, when it comes to bullying, I never really did anything that you could say is bullying, but in 5th grade, I did horse around a lot to a point where it was like kind of on the line. Because I would like take pencils from people. It's like small stuff. I take pencils from people and like never give them back. I'd break the pencil sometimes. Like I do small things like that.
At least you're aware that you did that. Like kids now, they just like deny it.
Yeah, back then I had like a large ego. Back in elementary school. Then in 6th grade, I humbled myself. Like during COVID and everything, I just humbled myself and just learned to.
How do you think you did that? Like what changed?
I would say that it would just be. I just took a look at the bigger picture of everything, and like a lot of people have their own stuff going on, and that I don't really have I don't necessarily have like a really reason to be so mean to people. I was raised really good. I wasn't raised to do stuff like that, and I guess I was doing it for attention and to get laughs out of people. Because being even like being like a class clown is like joking around and like not taking stuff seriously.
You make everyone else laugh. Makes you feel good.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to be, and that's what I was back then. But then I just stopped and just left that because it wasn't it wasn't really who I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you think, like, what is it? Kids should, like, stop their, like, try and stop the bullying? Because obviously telling your parents just gonna, like, they get them
Worse,
involved
yeah.
and make it worse.
First,
Sometimes you get the police involved.
Yeah, sometimes if it's really
sometimes
bad.
you have to.
Yeah.
but like most of the time, if it's like a kid just bullying you, like
Like, you just don't like it,
threats,
it's teasing?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
then they should be able to, like, if they're not able to take that, talk to a teacher, like
Mhm.
a close teacher, like someone you trust, or
Like
like
Mr.
a
Todman.
counselor. Yeah,
Mm.
Mr.
Yeah.
Todman, or like a counselor,
Mhm.
someone to help you with that and like help you out with the kid. And if that doesn't work, you should just go to your friends, because there's nothing you can do from there on.
There was, like, the what is it called? The speaker that came to school,
Yeah.
how, like, saying
Oh,
that if you
yeah.
bully me, I'm just gonna laugh
Yeah.
back or something. I don't think that's
Yeah.
gonna work.
That it depends on the person.
No, because
Yeah.
we were
It depends on
making
the
fun of
bully.
him really bad after the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it depends on the bully, really. Like
Yeah.
I mean I feel that, like, what the guy that was talking during that day, I feel like what he was talking about works on bullies who are doing it for attention because they have something that's going on at home or whatever.
Yeah.
And the thing that the guy was talking about was, like, bullies most bullies in today's day have, like, something like going on, like they want attention, of course, or they're talking because they just feel that they need that.
And it makes them feel popular.
Yeah.
Makes them
Yeah.
feel
Makes them
better,
just feel better
you
at
know?
themselves.
Yeah.
Like, and also, like, they don't see how it's wrong. Like, obviously they're not gonna stop because they don't think it's wrong. They don't think it's
Yeah, they
bad.
just think they're like having fun with.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't even think they think like the person they're bullying is their friend. They don't know like what they're actually doing is wrong to that person.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they just believe they're just like joking around with a friend.
Yeah, there's like they don't really have a line when it comes to, like, I guess, messing around. Yeah. What is your opinion on, like, cyberbullying?
Oh.
Like, how is that different from, like, bullying here?
Because cyberbullying, you think you
Can't really stop them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Exactly. And like in-person bullying, you could tell someone they couldn't deal with it. They can help you deal with it.
You can't
Not
trace
only
who
that,
they are.
you
Yeah.
still know the person that's bullying you. You know, it could
Yeah, it could be anyone.
anywhere
Yeah.
in the world.
The only
you know?
way you could possibly like know that is if you get the cops involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not blocking it doesn't always work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some people are just good enough to like get past that, because
Mm-hmm.
a bunch of people are able to now just like download an app though that if if someone blocks you, you can still just like talk
Yeah.
to them even though
Also, like, if you're
blocked.
like a content creator and there's comments, obviously,
Yeah.
that can always
that
be. You
can-
can't, like,
Offensive.
block a
Yeah,
You
comment.
can't,
Yeah.
Offensive comments
You
or
just
Yeah.
gotta take that and you gotta move on. You know.
I guess you can, like, you can
Turn
learn
off
from
your
that.
comments.
Yeah, you can turn off your comments. Yeah.
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 I guess don't take everything to heart, because that's one person compared to everyone else.
Mhm.
Like, if you talk to that about someone that actually, like, loves you and likes you, then they're not gonna say that. That's some random person. That you don't know anything about them.
Yeah.
Like, what
Yeah.
they think isn't gonna change what college you go to, or what job
Yeah.
you're gonna get.
Mhm.
So it doesn't mean it doesn't matter.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, what, like, my parents say, like, if it doesn't, like, if it doesn't impact your education, it shouldn't matter to you, because education is, like, what gets you in life.
No, but sometimes it does impact your education. Like,
Yeah.
could I get personal here?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, like a couple of years ago, back in like 4th and 5th grade, I used to get bullied by like a group of girls because I was always dressing in boy clothes. I was
Mhm.
acting like a guy. I had mostly guy friends, and like I had 2 female friends, so they would always just gang up on me. Since all of them were like in like a bunch of my classes,
Yeah.
because it was like 5th grade, so we all sat in one classroom.
Mm.
They would all like they would say stuff to me. The teacher was there. They would whisper it. They would like make it so hard that I can't focus. It got really,
Yeah.
really bad.
Well, at that point, I would get mad because it's
Yeah.
ruining my education.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what you would do in that situation, actually. I'm not that kind of expert.
My counselor there, she helped me with that. She got my parents involved. She got the other girls' parents
Well, that's
involved.
good. You went to a counselor.
Yeah, I didn't go to my counselor. A friend went to my counselor.
Oh, even better for the friend.
Yeah, they went
Yeah.
to my counselor. They talked to him. The counselor pulled me out of class the day we talked. A couple days later, she got everybody's parents involved. We all sat in the office in a room with the principal. the vice principal, everybody's parents was there. We were just talking about everything. So, and then I transferred school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, what school was that?
That was my old school, McCutcheon, and now I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
And this can like also show that like words hurt as well as like, you know, just physical.
They hurt way more than I think punches. Because punches, obviously, you can do a lot more about that.
Yeah, and also like just words generally, they can like impact you and like.
They really stick.
They stick.
Yeah. Because like, I guess you're thinking about it the whole day, you know?
Yeah, it makes you like, it makes you feel less about yourself. Rather, like when you get punched, you heal, you get like an ice pack, it'll be gone in a couple of days. If someone says something that actually hurts you, you just remember that for like a long time.
Because it like hurts you mentally.
And at least every time you see them, you know what I'm saying? Like every time you see them, you'll remember that one thought that you might have like been affected very well. So
yeah. Well, thanks for coming to the podcast. You know.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, thanks to Peter and Arenosa for joining Julius and Safe this week to talk all things bullying. You just heard the 8th graders talk about some of the basics of bullying, like what is bullying? How does it start? Who's at fault? What's the point of it? And how do we handle any bullying scenario? Then they got into some specifics, like how does bullying change throughout our age growing up from elementary school into middle school into high school? They talked about boundaries and what that means. They mentioned some of the rationale or the reasoning behind bullying. Is it attention-seeking behavior? Is there something going on in somebody's personal life or at home? The group even got into some recommendations from adults. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it in between somewhere? And what can we all do to combat bullying no matter what circumstances? Is bullying an inevitable piece of growing up? Or is it something that we can certainly improve on for our social and emotional development? All in all, I'm thankful for this conversation. It does tend to come up every single school year, every single season, and I know that this group might be interested in doing a part 2 that focuses mainly on cyberbullying. What's going on online, on social media, and all over the internet. Let's look forward to that coming soon, as well as some more episodes, including our other hosts on this school year, Ava and Denora, as we continue season 5 of the Life is the Future podcast. If you have any feedback for our students or any ideas on future topics, please reach out at any time. As always, thanks for tuning in.